Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven. I'm a pharmacist. I own 52 units of real estate, and I help coach people to buy their first multifamily deal. So today, I kind of want to talk about a concept of how you do one thing is how you do everything. And this is kind of more of a reminder for me. So for me, I used to have a limiting belief growing up that you couldn't be good in all facets of life. Like if you're good in your W-2 job, you're good in your career, you may not be good in your family. Right? Or you may not be good in your health. Or if you're good in your business, you may be neglecting your health and you be neglecting your family. And why I grew up with that belief was because that's kind of how I was raised up, right? Where my parents, because they're immigrants here from Vietnam, were focused on, their W-2 careers and bringing money to provide food on the table, shelter over your head. But in terms of family, maybe not the most, available emotionally, physically, and to give mentorship and guidance, right? Like when I grew up, I always felt like I lacked guidance and mentorship, which is why I'm so big about teaching and sharing with people. I've always been that way my whole life because I kind of felt like I didn't get that growing up. So like for me, I overshare because I want people to like learn, and then I wish someone taught me. So it's probably a projection of me just saying, well, I'm going to teach you because I wish someone taught me. That's why I love to talk and share, and long and behold, that's perfect for YouTube, right? So match made in heaven there. And then in terms of like being like emotionally there, like I just remember being raised and I kind of just felt very independent as a kid. Obviously not, like I still was dependent on my parents for money, for food, for shelter. But like in terms of like just doing my day-to-day task, like going to school myself, doing all this stuff, like it was very like hands off. That's the joke now when Gen X raise their kids, they over coddle their kids, they over baby their kids, and as a result they cannot quickly think for themselves, they can't problem solve for themselves. Like you hear the classic that's what the joke is about Gen Zs, right? Is if you had all your inconveniences taken care of you by your parents, then when you're in the workforce, you don't know how to take care of your own problems. Right? You don't know how to deal with rejection. You don't know how to deal with failure. And I see it a lot even in my workplace right now, right? Where if you're used to going to mommy and daddy or a higher power to solve all your problems, then when you're in the workforce, you're going to expect your new mommy and daddy, which is your supervisor, your manager, your director, to solve all your problems for you, right? So for me, I might be showing a little bit more tough love for my kids. We'll see how I turn out, right? I don't know yet. I'm not a father yet, but for me, I want to teach them how to think. I want to teach them how to critically think, how to problem solve, how to deal with failure, and then just be there to guide them like through all that and navigate the mindset through all that. So let's see how that turns out. That could fuck up my kid. Who knows, right? Fuck him up in a different way. But we'll see. Time will tell, right? But I want my kid to be able to problem solve, to be able to critically think, and to be able to, function without help and obviously know how to ask for help too, right? But not like be overly reliant on it. Like I see some, some workers are, right? Because parents over coddle them, they baby them, they shelter them. That's why it's called the anxious generation. And I think it's induced because of the way that they're being raised and taught, right? Combined with, social media and the presence of that. But any case, like, to me, I had a limiting belief that like you can only be good at like one thing, right? So you can be good at your career, but you'll neglect your personal health, you'll neglect your family. But as I've kind of built up more wealth, as I've kind of learned more, as I've kind of observed other people on YouTube and in my own personal life, I learned that notation is false. So, and it's because of how you do one thing is how you do everything. So there is a way to be good at your W-2 job, at your business, while also taking care of your health and being involved in your family, right? It's a constant balancing act. And it's not easy by all means, but it's doable. So just me knowing that it's possible gives me enough hope, right? To know that I can do it, because if someone else can do it, I can do it. That's the way I always believe things, right? So, and we all seen that classic case, right? Where there's a rich billionaire businessman, but he's obese, smokes, drinks a lot, poor health, never there for his family, right? Prioritizes his business over his family. We've seen that. Or we've seen it the other way where, they prioritize their family, their health, but maybe their career, their business is doing terribly, right? So, it's always that, one or the other. But to me, I'm like, you can have both. Right. And I see people who have both, where you could be good at your business, be good at your job, be making money, but then take care of your health. You can spend time with your family. It's just prioritization, right? So the people who are imbalanced, where let's just say they're really successful in business in W-2, but they have a poor health and they have a poor family life because they're not prioritizing family time. They're not prioritizing their health, right? So there's a way to prioritize all the above. And it's about creating systems around yourself to emulate that success. So obviously for me, my W-2 right now in my business, let's just say it's 9 to 5, right? But you have from 6 to 9 to like focus on your health potentially and spend time with your kids. You have your 5 to 9 to focus on your health, your friends, your family, your business, and all that. So there's a way to do it all. You just have to build your lifestyle around it. So for me, I'm not an early bird. So like, I'm not the type to wake up at 4 a.m. to go to the gym. I tried that. I can't do that, right? But for me, my best sweet spot is to work out. You know, right now it's after dinner. So we eat dinner around like 6:30, give it time to digest, and around 7:30 to 8, we'll head to the gym and do like a maybe 30 to 40 minute workout session. And we do that maybe 3 to 4 times a week. If we're too sore or too tired, then after dinner, we'll just go around a walk for our neighborhood, right? So at least we're doing something active. So for me, that kind of fits my lifestyle. Yes, I'm not super like 6-pack, shredded, ripped, fitness model. I'll never be that given my genetics. That might be a limiting belief as well. But, for me, I just want to like live a healthier lifestyle. I want to like work out to maintain my muscle, right? And not decline in muscle. I want to be able to, walk around, stay active, not stay sedentary. And all that. So, I try to do little things like at work, right? Like sometimes I have to climb six floors of stairs, and I'll do that, right? I'll just climb up 6 floors of stairs while I'm at work to stay active. I'll go down 6 flights of stairs to stay active. So there's little things like that where instead of taking the elevator, you could take the stairs. You can walk everywhere. You could like after lunch, if you're on your break or your lunch break, after you finish eating, you can go for a walk around the hospital, right? Like I walk a lot around my hospital that I work at. So there's a lot of little things that you can do. And then like spending time with your family, like you really have to prioritize that. Like for me, like I work salary, I work as a pharmacy manager. It's easy for me to stay at work for like 10, 12 hours if I wanted to. But for me, I make it a priority to be like, you know what? I want to get all my work done so that I can leave at 4 so that I could, go home at a reasonable time to spend time with my fiance, future kids, my friends, like, cause I prioritize that, right? Like, you all seen those people where they're like workaholics, where they stay at work for like 12-hour days and, they're there 6 days a week and they just go home to sleep and, shower and then come back, right? Like for me, that's not my lifestyle. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some days where you have to do that, right? And if it does happen to me, I won't do it, but I'm not going to neglect my kids and my family for a W-2 job or even for my business, right? I want to build my business and my W-2 job around my lifestyle. So for me, I set constraints. And when you set constraints, you get things done faster, to be honest. Like if you ever notice like the day before a vacation, like how much you get done, right? You probably get done like 4 days worth of work versus like if you have no vacation planned or no constraints, then you just like lollygag for the longest time. It's just like saying like, hey, I'll give you 2 weeks to do a paper and you wait till like the last like 3 hours before it's due to get your paper done, right? Can you relate to that? It's called Parkinson's law, right? Versus why not just get the paper done, take 3 hours to do it and then move on from it, right? And just submit it whenever it's due. So, like it is possible to do all the above, right? So you have to prioritize that. So for me, I've always never tried to take work home, right? It's been harder now because I have to be on call at my hospital. And then when I'm on call, I have to deal with sick call coverage. And there's always sick call coverage at like 9 p.m., 10 p.m. And then people call at like 3 a.m. So when I wake up at like 6 a.m. in the morning, then I have to like find more sick call coverage. So it's not fun in that aspect. But like other than that, when I'm not on call, like, yeah, you just set the boundaries. Like I'm at work from 9 to 5 and that's it. Right? Outside of 9 to 5, before 9, I don't look at work. After 5, I don't really think about work unless I really have to. It's a true emergency, right? Otherwise, it can wait for me the next day. So, for me, it's really about prioritization. So you have to want to do it, right? And what I notice is that the better I am in other facets of life, so the better I am physically in terms of my fitness, the better I'm at my W-2. The better I am at home, in my home life, the better I am at my W-2. So it's all like encompassing, right? It's all connected. It's all correlated, right? So, and one thing that hit me is like, like whenever you're like healthy and not tired, like you want 1,000 things, But when you're unhealthy, like for me, like I don't know why, like my body crashed yesterday and like I couldn't really move. Maybe I had like a mild cold or mild COVID, whatever. I couldn't move all day. And like when you're just stuck in your bed all day, tired, all you want, one thing is to be healthy, right? But when you're now today, I'm healthier. I want 1,000 things, right? So, for me, that's the way of me listening to my body, because I do push myself a lot, right? I work my 9 to 5. I commute 2 hours a day. I create content. I am managing my real estate portfolio. I do a lot of things. So when my body's tired, I listen to it, right? I listen to it. Yeah, if it says my body needs rest, then I'll rest. If my body needs more food, I'll eat food. If I need more water, I drink more water. So like for me, like yesterday, I just was like in bed all day chilling, just watching YouTube, slept 9 hours, woke up tired, took a 2-hour nap, still tired, slept early, woke up, okay, more refreshed, right? Now I'm better, right? Because I've been working out a little bit harder. So maybe my body's just tired and my mind's tired too, for my job. So, it's really just listening to your body, prioritizing that. And like I said, no amount of wealth or job is worth giving up my health, right? Like I know that I prioritize that, but there's a way to be good at your business and to be good at your health. Because like I said, if you're better in health, you're better in your business. You're more resilient to stress. You can deal with issues. You can think clearly. You can reset your mind. That's why you see all these like entrepreneurs on YouTube. They're buff as heck, and they're ultra rich and successful. So you can have it both, right? So you can have it both ways. And you can still have a good relationship with your kids and your family, right? Like for me, I really value that balance, and I've always tried to balance it that way. Like I even looking back, like before I got into real estate, like I always prioritize, I went to my job, I'd go home, spend time with my family, spend time with my friends, go to the gym. And a hack that I learned was I just invite your friends to the gym. Or if you have a girlfriend, bring your girlfriend to the gym. So you're working out together and spending time together, right? It's like 2 birds in 1 stone, right? So, and then I still go home and I'm still able to like binge Netflix and watch sports and go on YouTube and do all the above, right? Like I do all the above, believe it or not, right? Like even right now, like I'm so bored right now because like, and I do so much, right? I literally work a full-time W-2. I commute 2 hours a day each way or total. I watched everything on Netflix that's popular. I've watched all K-dramas. I've watched all animes. I watch sports. I create content. I do this, helping plan for a wedding. I mean, realistically, Christine's doing most of it, but I just help finalize decisions here and there. And then, yeah, it's really like there's a way to do it all. And despite that, I'm still bored, right? I'm still like kind of like some weekends I'm like, God damn, what do I do? Right? I'm so bored, right? That's why I create these podcasts and create content. Is I'm legitly bored, and it's like therapeutic for me to like talk and do all this stuff. So, there is a way to have all the above. You can be making a lot of money, be in really good shape, still spend time with your kids and family, and do all the above, right? Like that's why I've always been more lifestyle oriented, right? Like for me, I don't care to be like a fitness model, but I just want to work out to feel good physically and mentally, right? But I don't need to be like jacked, right? I'm regaining back to my powerlifting days, but like, yeah, the way I lift now, I don't like lift heavy. I don't deadlift anymore. I don't bench anymore. I don't squat anymore. But, I'll do some machines. I'll do some dumbbells, right? And then, push myself on those without injuring myself, because it's a marathon, not a sprint, right? Same with W-2. Like you could still do your W-2, just don't go all out, right? Like my entrepreneur mindset wants to fix everything in my W-2, but I realized that I cannot fix what's been in place for like 30, 40 years, right? Or if it doesn't want to be fixing, like, you're trying to steer a big ship, things take time, versus steering a small little speedboat. You can turn a lot faster and pivot a lot faster, versus a big cruise ship. It's really hard to like turn and pivot faster, right? So knowing that, I just kind of calmed down. Like, well, did I make my job better today than it was yesterday? If the answer is yes, then good enough. I did good enough, right? Same with my physical fitness. Is my physical health better today than it was yesterday? If so, that's good enough, right? Is my relationship better with my kids and my family today than yesterday? Then good enough, right? So I never, and even Christine told me, she's like, wow, I'm surprised that you were able to do your job, do your W-2, do your real estate, and I still gave her time, because I do all the side hustle stuff when Christine's at work right now, right? This is Sunday, she's at work, I'm just recording content for the week, right? And then if I want to go to the gym, which I will, I'll just head over to the gym and then do a light workout and yeah. So like, that's really what it is. So, and then if Christine doesn't like watching anime, I'll watch anime when she's at work. So, if eventually we're both retired, then I'll just wake up early. Like I'll wake up earlier before the kids are awake. I wake up earlier to go to the gym. I wake up earlier to record my content for a few hours a day, and then that's it. Spend, like I said, my ideal life would to literally be like, I wake up at like maybe 6 to 7. I'll sleep around like 9 to 10 p.m. Wake up around like 6 to 7 a.m. Have my breakfast, drink some water, eat a light breakfast. I would love to like do some coaching calls, create some content, check my emails, do all that stuff. And then by the time like lunch hits around like 12, I'll eat my lunch. And after that, I don't want to do any more work, ideally. And then I want to like maybe after lunch, I'll like go to the gym, go out for like a walk or like a hike or some social activity, and then come back, and then that's it, right? That's my ideal life, right? So like that's it. It's that simple. So like, that's why I'm trying to go all in on this like social media coaching thing, because I that's going to fit my lifestyle, right? Where I just show up for like, create content for 2-3 hours a day, and then do some coaching calls, do some boot camps, and then check some emails, and then that's really it. So, it's just really knowing what you want to do, right? Like there's some days where I wake up, I don't want to go to work, but I'm forced to go to work, right? And there'll be some days where I wake up and I don't want to work my business, and I'll just take a day off. So it's really that lifestyle and having your terms, which is why I went into the whole financial independence movement and financial freedom. I just want to live life on my terms. I never care to be super rich. I've done well for myself so far, but that was never my objective. That was never my goal. So, like I said, you have to know what your enough is. And, for me, I'm starting to approach my enough, right? And the downside of real estate is that I'm asset rich, cash poor. So like I cannot retire off my portfolio. I probably have to sell some of my portfolio to pay off some debt. At that point, I can comfortably retire from my portfolio, right? So like for me, portfolio as is, I wouldn't feel comfortable retiring my W-2. But if I were to sell, let's say 2 of my assets, and use that to pay off my primary residence, and use the other one to take off some other debt off the table, or sell my cash flow negative real estate, get that money to pay off my primary, to pay off my life insurance, to have emergency reserve, to put some more liquidity in index funds, then yeah, at that point I could probably feel comfortably retire. Maybe I have my YouTube is producing me a little more income, my coaching is producing me a little more income, we start to sell real estate to get some more income, and that's it, right? Plain and simple. So like, but I'm going to map that out over the next 4 to 5 years, because I can't visualize that, because over the next 4 to 5 years, I'll probably have 2 kids and a family. And I might have to pivot how I want my lifestyle. Maybe I have kid 1 and realize, what, I don't want to work anymore. And then I just, sell some assets, and then, at that point don't work. Or maybe my YouTube blows up and, I go to 50,000 subscribers somehow, or 100,000 subscribers. I doubt it, but you never know. It takes just one video to go viral, to blow up, and that's it. So, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. So anyways, just wanted to share this video to hopefully inspire you to think that you can be good at your W-2, you can be good at your business, and take care of your health, and take care of your family, take care of your relationships. There's a way to do all the above, right? Don't think business or home life, think business and home life, right? Once you start thinking it makes you think ways to like problem solve it, right? Like, yeah, I'm not going to have a 6-pack and be jacked. Maybe one day, but like right now, I don't care to be, right? As long as I'm just healthy enough, right? And I feel healthy enough right now. Like, I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life since like in my 30s, to be honest. I let myself go during COVID a little bit, and I was focusing on real estate. So there's a way to do all the above, right? Just don't limit yourself to that. Think of, how can I do this? And it can be simple. Like you said, just take the stairs at work, climb up your 6 flights of stairs at work, walk around during lunch, walk around after dinner, go for a light gym session for like 30 minutes, right? Maybe do some push-ups at home, do some jumping jacks, whatever. Find a way to do it. It is possible. So anyways, if you want to learn how to buy multifamily real estate with some guidance, some mentorship, check the links down below. Otherwise, please let me know what questions you have. Please like, comment, subscribe. I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you so much.